Let's solve this question together on circle geometry. This is what you have. And we are told O is the center of the circle. If you go to the circle, you will see that this is the center, and that's where you have this point O. Then we are also told PQT. Go back again. PQT. This line here, this straight line, they say is a tangent. Now, when you hear tangent, what does tangent mean? Tangent simply means a line, a straight line that touches the circumference of a circle. Remember, the circumference is the outer part of the circle. So a straight line that touches this circumference at a point, but does not cut through. It just passes or touches it at a point and goes out, but will not cut the circle. Look at this. You see this? This one is not a tangent because you see it cuts the circle at 2 points. But for a tangent, it will just touch the circumference at a point and then move away. So this is the one we call the tangent, and that is what you have, PQT. Now, what other information are we giving? And when you hear tangent, it reminds you of a theorem. Okay, let's continue. We are told tangent at this point, Q. And this means angle QOR. When you see this angle, QOR means the angle at the center letter. The center letter here is O. So if you go to the diagram QOR, you see where your angle is formed. And that's what the question said. Find angle RQT. So what you want to find now is angle RQT. Let me clean this so that we have space to work this out. Now, what do you do? How do you find this? What is angle RQT? Where is angle RQT? This is R, this is Q, this is T. So the angle at this Q is what you are looking for, RQT. That means you want to find this angle. Now, how do you find the angle? Let me teach you what to do. Now, remember we are told that this line is a tangent. And you are also told that this is the center. So whenever you have a circle drawn and there is a tangent, sorry, let me draw it well. So whenever you have a circle drawn and there is a tangent and there is a center, this center, the line from the center touching the circumference, you know, is what we call the radius. This line is the radius. So this line touching the tangent of a circle reminds you of a theorem. And what does the theorem say? The theorem says that the tangent and the radius are perpendicular. Tangent and radius theorem says that this tangent line and the radius are perpendicular. And what does it mean by perpendicular? They form angle 90. They form perpendicular angle at this point of intersection. So where the tangent and the radius come in contact, they form angle 90. So there is angle 90 formed here. Now, if you go to this diagram, what can you observe? You observe that this is the center and this line is the radius, because from the center touching any part of the circumference gives you the radius. And it means that there is angle 90 formed according to the definition. So the angle 90 formed is formed from the radius of the circle touching the tangent. You see the angle 90 we have formed, and we are asked to find this part. So how do you find it? That means you need to know this part so that you take it away from the total, which is 90, and it gives you the one you are looking for. So the question is, how do you get this? I'm going to teach you how to do that. Now, what do you do? Remember, this is your radius also, and this is your radius. And whenever you have a triangle where you have the two sides, remember, radius are always the same. So whatever you have here is the same because radius are the same. And you see that the angle formed here is 74 degrees. So if you want to find this angle here, which is this, what shape does this remind you of? It reminds you of isosceles. And for every isosceles, the two sides of the triangles are equal, which is the radius of this shape. So what happens? The base angle of the isosceles that has those lines that are equal. You see, those lines that are equal, the angle they form at the base are always equal as well. So how do you get this? Let's say that this angle here is x and this one is x. Let's get it to help us to get what you are looking for. So we're going to have 74 plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Why are we having these two places as x? It is because it is isosceles triangle. That is our reason for having it, because for isosceles, the base angles are the same. So why do we sum this to 180? Because sum of angles, let's write it this way, in a triangle is 180 degrees. Did you see? So let's work this out. We have 74, x add x is 2x is equal to 180. To get x, remove this, remember it's positive. To remove, you subtract. So we subtract 74 from both sides. And when you do that, we have, so this gives us 2x is, if you subtract this, is gone, is equal to, if you subtract this, it gives you 106. So what do you do next? Divide both sides by 2. So if you do that, this will divide, this takes off. So our x will give us 53 degrees. That's the value of our x. So if this angle is 53, that means this part is 53. Did you see? So here is 53 degrees. And if it's 53 degrees, can we find angle RQT? Yes, to find angle RQT, we have, so angle RQT is equal to 90. Remember we said this is 90 minus this angle we have formed. And what is our reason? The tangent and the radius form angle 90. So let's write it to form angle 90 degrees at point of contact. So with this, we can now conclude that this angle we are looking for, angle RQT, is equal to, subtract this from this, subtract 53 from 90, it gives us 37 degrees, and that is our answer. I hope this helps you. Let's know how much. Like and share. See you in my next class. Bye.